Welcome to Utica TV Overtime. I'm James Brown.
And I'm Corinne Bush. Before we get started, we would like to thank Spectrum for their fast internet service and for helping make Utica TV Overtime possible. To sign up for Spectrum internet or mobile service, please call 1-800-831-1547 or use the QR code shown on your screen. Tell them Utica TV sent you.
Now let's get into the action. The Utica Pioneers clashed with Alvernia University last Friday, with Utica needing a win to clinch the UCHC regular season title. The Pioneers started things early in the first period as John Gutt slapped the puck past the goalie and he netted his fourth goal of the season. Just moments later, Kimball Johnson shot a one-timer past the keeper, and just like that, the Pioneers found themselves up too early. In the second period, both teams got some shots on target, and the Pioneer goalie Brian Landsberger made some important saves to keep Alvernia scoreless. In the third period, it would be Dante Spagnuolo who would add his mark on the game as he gave the Pioneers a 3-goal lead. The Golden Wolves would score a goal a few minutes later, but with a minute or so left to play, Eric Vitale would net his 10th goal of the season to seal a 4-1 win as the Pioneers clinched the UCHC regular season title.
And we do it all over again the next day, as on Saturday the Pioneers would face Alvernia again, eager to keep their winning ways as we get closer and closer to the UCHC tournament play. Alvernia found themselves leading in the first period as they scored on the first shot of the game, but Utica would fight right back as Christian Acosta would net the first Utica goal of the game soon after the first. The second period would be almost a carbon copy of the first, as Alvernia again would be the ones to score first, but Matt Wood would reflect a shot into the net, tying up the game at 2 apiece. In the third period, Utica brought that momentum from the second and ran with it as they score 3 goals in the third, coming from Chris Carroll, Shane Murphy, and John Gutt. The Pioneers would ride out the 5-2 win and continue to dominate this season, bringing their record to 18-2-3.
The men's and women's track and field teams competed in the CNY Valentine Alternative on Saturday. There were no team results for this meet. However, players on both teams had some standout finishes in their respective events. For the men's team, Bennett Mailita placed 8th in the 3,000-meter event as his placement broke the Utica record and qualified him for the AAR TFC Championships. Other standouts were Luis Pinto, who took 5th in the high jump, and Justin Valentine, who placed 5th in the 60-meter hurdles. For the women's team, Hannah Allison won the high jump event with a 1.37-meter jump. In the pole vault, Cassandra Wood placed 1st, Sophia Bruce placed 1st in the triple jump, Stefania Grimaldi won the 60-meter hurdle event, and Zanaya Golson and Asia Clark placed 1st and 2nd, respectively, in the 60-meter dash.
Utica University women's basketball team went up against Keuka College on Monday as they looked to get an important Empire 8 win. After a quick start from Keuka, the Pioneers got to business as the threes were falling early for Haley Burkhart and Julia Rotondo. By the end of the first quarter, the Pioneers built up a 20-10 lead. In the second, the Pioneers continued to fire on all cylinders as they increased their lead up to 20 halfway through the quarter, and by the end of the first half of play, the Pioneers led 44-14. The team came out with the same intensity they had in the second for the third quarter as they continued to keep up their impressive play. After some more great buckets, the Pioneers found themselves in control and up 37 going into the fourth quarter. The Pioneers would go on to win the game 76-44 and bring their record to 8-15 on the season.
The Utica University men's basketball team also met with Keuka College on Monday as they looked to win their 5th game in a row against an Empire 8 opponent. The story of this game was the first half as Utica completely dominated in every aspect. The Pioneers started the game on a 15-0 run as they would never look back from that lead. The Pioneers took a 50-23 lead into the break as they shot an impressive 16 for 30 up from the field and 7 of 15 from beyond the arc. In the second half, the Pioneers kept up their impressive efficiency from the floor, shooting 50%, but Keuka would go on to put up 47 points in the second half. However, it was a little too late for Keuka as the Pioneers would win this one by a score of 88-70. The Pioneers had 5 players who finished with double-digit points for this game as team play and camaraderie was on full display for this one. They improved their record to 20-3 on the season. And now over to Josh with the previews.
Thanks, guys. The women's lacrosse team faces off against Hamilton in an exhibition game at 5:30 p.m. today at Katana Stadium. The team is getting ready to begin their season, so make sure you go out and cheer for your Pioneers. The women's ice hockey team faces off against King's College today at 7 p.m. at the Nexus Center. The Pioneers have not lost to King's College in the program's history. Come tonight and support the team as they continue to get ready for the UCHC tournament. The women's basketball team goes up against Alfred University at Amiga Court at 5:30 p.m. February 16th. The Pioneers lost their matchup against Alfred last month in overtime, so they're looking for some revenge this one to make sure and come out and support your Pioneers. The men's ice hockey team was facing off against Arcadia College University on Friday, February 16th at 7 p.m. at the Adirondack Bank Center. The last time the Pioneers went up against the Knights last season, where they defeated them in all 3 matchups. This will be the game that you do not want to miss, so come out and support. The men's basketball team will suit up against Alfred University on Friday, February 16th at 7:30 p.m. at Amiga Court. The Pioneers have won 9 straight games against the Saxons and looking forward to make it 10 as we get closer to the Empire 8 Summer Conference Tournament. The women's basketball team will be back at it again on Saturday, February 17th, with their senior day against Elmira College at 2 p.m. Last time out, the Pioneers lost a nail-biter against Elmira 66-65. Make sure to come out for the last game of the season. The men's ice hockey team will also go up against Arcadia University on Saturday, February 17th at 2 p.m. at the Adirondack Bank Center. This is the second game of the doubleheader against Arcadia and will be their final game before the UCHC tournament begins. The women's ice hockey team will be finishing their season with a second game against the King's College on Saturday, February 17th at 3 p.m. at the Nexus Center. This will also be their last game of the season for the Pioneers before the UCHC tournament is underway. On Saturday, February 17th, the men's basketball team will take on Elmira College in what will be their final regular season game of the year, and also their senior day game will be at Amiga Court at 4 p.m. They won 19 straight against Elmira and looking to make it 20 before the Empire 8 tournament begins. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Josh. And that's all the Utica sports we have for you this week.
Be sure to follow us on social media at Utica UTV and on Instagram, and visit our website, uticautv.org.
Thank you so much for watching, and always remember to
Fear the moose.
moose.